place where both children and adults can get lost in for days. Burying your nose into fresh new pages and only putting it down to eat, sleep, and do the essential things needed in life. We've all had a childhood book that comforted us on our bad days while letting our imagination soar as we imagine what will happen next. If I asked you what your favorite childhood book was, what would you answer? Does one particular book stand out? My childhood book is Harry Potter. Of course, it's not just one book, but it involves 7 books within the series. Not only did the books let my imagination run wild, but the movies confirmed everything I imagined in my mind. Now, who was the mastermind of this glorious series? It was J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling is the famous author of the Harry Potter best-selling series. If you haven't heard of her, then you are one of the few who are missing out on a fantastic series that I strongly recommend you to read. J.K. Rowling, whose birth name is Joanne Rowling, didn't have the idea start as an author. When she separated from her first husband in 1993, Rowling had the basic idea of Harry Potter, and even the first few chapters written. She did not have much money, and even applied for welfare to care for her first child. Whenever she had a chance, Rowling would write. It was even rumored that she wrote an entire first book of the Harry Potter series on napkins. Now, while this is untrue, she did write the first book on several scraps of paper. Once she had the entire book written, she sent it off to several publishing companies, which ultimately rejected her book. Getting shut down from several publishing companies must have been devastating at the time, but Rowling persevered, and eventually Bloomsbury Publication published her first book titled Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, which was later changed to Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone for the United States release. After her first publication, the world was hooked on a young 11-year-old wizard named Harry. The series had broken many records. When her last book in the series was published, it was the fastest-selling book in history. It sold over 2.65 million copies in the United Kingdom in the first 24 hours. Overall, the final book in the Harry Potter series has sold over 450 million copies all over the world. In addition to the success from the Harry Potter franchise, J.K. Rowling has stated that a new film centered around the Wizarding World would be released in theaters called Fantastical Beasts and Where to Find Them in late 2016. From the books to movies, what more could J.K. Rowling add to make the Harry Potter series greater? To add to the franchise, Rowling and Universal Studios agreed to build a world filled with magic. It has attractions from both the films and the books. The Wizarding World of Harry Potter is a place where books can come to life. From King's Cross Station to Hogwarts, devoted fans are given the opportunity to not only read the books, but experience the books in person. In addition to the success of the books, theme parks, and movies, EA Games has published several successful games centered around the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and the books. Rowling has also created her own website called Pottermore, which has many interactive games and even more of Rowling's writing in conjunction to the Harry Potter series. J.K. Rowling is truly a rags to riches story. Going from being on welfare to one of the richest women in Britain is truly amazing. She's even wealthier than the Queen. However, she does not just simply keep all of her profits. Rowling continues to give back to the community by donating her profits to charities, such as Children's High Level Group, which is a charity that Rowling helped create, which supports institutionalized children in Europe. From the success of Harry Potter, the charity has been renamed Lumos. And for those of you who don't know, Lumos is a spell that ignites the tip of your wand that creates a flashlight effect. Rowling's positive outlook and perseverance throughout her writing career is truly inspirational. Even when she was shot down for publication, she continued to try. Throughout her struggles, she was able to overcome the difficulties. Which leads me to a famous quote spoken by Albus Dumbledore: "Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times, when one only remembers to turn on the light." Rowling was able to take a dark time in her life and turn on the light. Who is to say that if her life was not in shambles, that the world would not have Harry Potter? Rowling's happiness was found when she turned on her light, her Harry Potter light. Her story can act as an inspiration to individuals who struggle with something such as poverty